You could be so much more productive if you switched your default response to no. If you stopped saying yes to everything out of obligation and guilt because you feel like you have to, or half the time you probably don't even think about it, you do it unconsciously. You trap yourself into everybody else's agenda. You let everybody else's intention overtake your own, and therefore you can't stay focused on the things that really matter to you, and you don't get what you truly want out of life. And in part, this isn't really your fault. You've been conditioned to be a yes person from your very birth. You're always being taught to behave well, to listen to the people around you, to do everything that everybody asks you to, and very little importance is really placed on what you want. So of course, with time, this washes away your ability to be intentional and turns you into something more like a robot that fulfills everybody else's wishes. And yes, it's sweet to do something nice for the people that you care about, but you shouldn't constantly be in a yes loop. Your time, your energy needs to be specifically and strategically positioned into what matters most to you. And one of the quickest ways to get clarity on whether or not you're on the right track is by doing a quick time diary exercise, where you just think about what you did in the last 24 hours of your life. Now, hopefully at least 7 or 8 of those hours are going towards sleep so that you're taking care of your own health, and some time for exercise, eating food, of course, all the basic stuff. But then what about the rest? Is really all of it spent on something that you deeply care about and are very passionate for? Or are you distracted by the people around you, by a bunch of silly apps that drain your time and energy and give you nothing in return? Or maybe it's all these shiny objects of new opportunities that you could get into that you're researching and thinking about. True mastery comes from your focus and attention being channeled into one thing for extended periods of time over and over and over again. That practice, that diligence and work ethic is what will get you incredible results. It doesn't matter if you want a great relationship, if you want amazing wealth, freedom, and finances, or if you want to be in great shape. It demands your attention and energy. Now, when you check in on your time diary and see where all your hours have been going, ask yourself, is this what I really want with my life? Does this lead to the type of outcomes that really would make me feel fulfilled? Or am I just in a loop? Am I just spiraling? Am I trying to please everybody else and giving in to other people's intention, or is this truly my own? When you spend too long watching TV shows or scrolling social media, when you go to a party that you don't really want to be at, why are you doing all of this stuff? Maybe there's a little part of you that doesn't feel like you really deserve to be successful and happy. The only way you'll ever overcome that is through change. You've got to prove to yourself that you love yourself and that you believe in yourself and that you will treat yourself right before anybody else ever will. If you don't take care of you, your intention, your agenda, then for sure nobody else really will. At the very least, I would say it's unreasonable to expect them to. Why? Well, because if you're not serious about what you want, why should anybody else be? And look, if you want to take your intention and your goals to the next level, if you want somebody in your corner every week who's holding you accountable and pushing you to perform at your very best, to stay focused on what you really want, then I invite you to hop over to erafael.com. Over there, you can book a one-on-one consultation with me directly. We'll talk, see if we're a good fit, and if so, I'll be coaching you every single week. Again, if you want to take advantage of that, just go to erafael.com. The link is in the description. Now, if this isn't already a practice that you keep doing in your life regularly, I want you to try it for at least just tomorrow. Write out exactly what you want to do with your day, hour by hour. Set your intention, set your agenda, and I challenge you to actually follow through on it. Not let anybody else's BS or stuff get in the way, everybody else's emergency, everybody else's really energy throw you off your game. Can you make it through one day where you just focus on the things that you wanted to focus on? Because this is really rare. And if you can do it for one day, guess what? You could probably do it for 2 and 3 and 4, and maybe even for a whole year. Now, of course, life happens and life happens to us all. There will be stuff that gets in the way, and sometimes you just have to accept that, and it's about being a little bit adaptable. But for most people, they're so adaptable, they're so people-pleasing that there's no intention, no agenda, and they've turned into somebody who really doesn't have clarity on what they want, and therefore they just keep existing in a spiral, in a loop where they're not satisfied. I'm asking you to put your intentions and your agenda first, to increase your productivity, to make you a better human being, and also for the people around you, for their sake as well. When you are on your A game, when you're doing your very best work, that has the greatest positive impact on them. This idea that you should sacrifice yourself so that you can make everybody else happy is backwards. If your cup is overflowing, you have more to share. Whereas when you're giving up your own energy, when you're just falling into everybody else's plans, then you're not going to feel great, and as a result, you're not going to be great. Take responsibility. Stop allowing everybody else's plans to get in your way and think about what really matters to you. Center and focus on that and watch your productivity, watch your work rate, watch your energy just skyrocket so quickly you won't believe the old you and the version that you used to be before this.